Can I put the woman underneath the bed?
Yeah, there's room enough for you to shove
Do
her
that
under. She wasn't a
relatively
very big
quickly.
lady.
I probably should go ahead and find a way to feed it soon.
I've been riding horses since I was a young'un. I ain't gonna stop now.
Crystal ball, which kind of fits the aesthetic.
Is there a human skull over there?
I recommend you keep it civil, my guy. Or it will be the worst night of your life.
I'm an angel! Sorry, I have to play it. It is what it is. But alright, he'll give the blood bag. If anyone wants it now, he'll save it. And he's going to make his way back into where he went before. He's going to squeeze through the chain link fence, lock it up behind him. And he's going to let you guys rest up here for the night.
I will do like I did last time. I will look for the most secure cubby I can find. I mean, there's no bathtub to lay down in this time,
Right.
I'm sure. But Theo's going to look for a small, easily defensible, confined space. Somewhere where he has as few ingresses as possible for someone to come at him through. Maybe it's a leftover from being in a cell for so long that he just prefers to have as many walls around him as possible with only one entrance.
This is probably more so what you're looking for then in his other picture of what this place looks like. The other angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna keep cleaning up.
Yeah,
Oh,
look,
you're gonna
see if I
start
can find
cleaning
any
up.
large objects. I heard something about some heavy lifting.
It doesn't look like the pictures are showing many large objects that need moving. More just
There might
stray
be. I gotta
refuse.
look first. He's like a
No,
crate.
the only really heavy thing that you're gonna find is what most likely was supposed to be, I would say, oh gosh, I don't know cars very well, but were meant to be large wheels at one point, though there is no rubber, just like the base of car tires, but that's really like the heaviest thing that you find.
Alright, well, I'm gonna find a long hallway. I'm gonna move those tires and build a little wall. And I'm gonna see if I can find a chair. I'll put it behind the wall, and that's where I will sleep.
Alright.
Kiki in my chat said a wheel rim. I'm assuming.
Sure, if that's what they're called. I have no idea. I don't know anything about cars. Where are you? I mean, you're gonna clean, I know, but where do you want to sleep?
It doesn't really matter. I'll just find a little alcove to slip off into. But before I start cleaning, if Mr. Theo's finding a place to go to bed, I'm going to pass the laptop over to him. Let him know he should be able to do all sorts of research with this. And that's it. I'm going to go to cleaning.
You really asked for a laptop just for me.
Of course. I'm going to start cleaning.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Does the laptop have any sort of internet access or anything of the sort?
Yeah, it's got ShrekNet.
Does ShrekNet have a search engine?
Yes, it does.
Well, then, I learned a whole myriad of different words today, La Sombra being one of them. So I'm going to, I suppose, do research and go ahead and learn that as much as I can find on the ShrekNet.
Let the wizard do research. The technology.
Let the wizard do research. I like it.
Well, I mean, Oracle, Magician. I mean, depends on if you want to look at the cards that were pulled out, or
Tomato, tomato.
yeah. Do you want me to roll anything to see if I find anything beneficial, or we'll just go ahead and leave it to RP?
Do you have technology perchance?
I don't have technology. I do have research, I think, as a specialty in science. I do have
Yeah,
academics.
I could take research and a mental.
Research and a mental.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think that gives me 5. Let's see here. Are we? We're rolling d10s. Yes, that's right. Oh, forgot. I had to put a thing before it, don't I? Should pound sign roll?
Yes.
Two successes. No critical failures or successes, though. Just 2 standard successes.
Okay. So what you find a lot of is their name being brought up specifically with a group that they are in correlation to called the Sabbat. It seems like there's been a lot of incidences of violence caused by such group, and that is where their name kind of pops up a lot. And it seems like this group more specifically is like the leaders behind this gang or however it works. I mean, Sabbat will just drive you into another deep end of it. Definitely sounds like these are gangs, but if vampires had gangs almost. Where you
The
have
kind of way that Vidoma referred to Bowman being a Nosferatu, and that is his clan. I could probably draw a similarity between these gangs being maybe different types of clans.
perhaps, or at least gangs comprised of different clans, something
Ooh.
like that.
Some sort of hierarchy of some
Exactly, yeah.
sort. Okay, that makes sense. And well, if that's what I gather from,
You do get that they are more specifically, their talents are for the shadows. It seems like they have often companions of like predators, though they are just made of shadows. Though it may come off as a cat, it's still just made of shadow. These kind of just stories, but that's really all that you find, besides just a lot of just deep web nonsense that's popping up just because of ads.
okay. So they often can create a almost like a familiar out of the shadows, maybe an embodiment of that need from within. Okay. Well, then I guess the only other thing I can look up is what this computer has on the Tremere.
Oh my. And the computer explodes.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I need to make a fresh roll for that?
Yes, please.
All right. Would do I still want to use the research, or will my knowledge of the occult be more beneficial?
Honestly, yeah, I'll take the occult. If
Okay.
you have more in that, at least. If not, you can go with research again.
Well, science research I have 1 in. Occult blood magic I have 3 in.
Ooh, yeah, then
So.
let's go for that.
Okay. Okay, and a mental as well, yeah?
Yes.
So, do I roll an extra one for the blood magic or no?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Tremere. I can take it.
All right, well, that'll be 8 then.
Oh my.
Yeah, well, let's wish me luck because dice can go any which way.
Ah,
The
fair.
computer explodes.
So, you know,
8 ones.
Hey, at least it was free, but hey, we don't know that.
well, we did get a critical failure in there, but we got 1, 2,
Four.
3, 4 successes.
That's good. Okay. Well, first thing that you will find is there's a lot of jokes. I mean, memes. I mean, you can tell they're attempts at jokes, so they may not be that funny. Of Tremere being the youngest, like in the hierarchy, you always see like jokes tailored to them being like the children.
Okay.
Yeah. But you do learn that, I mean, they're correlated often with people calling them warlocks, witches, wizards. And I mean, sure, there's a lot of course, more just memes and jokes, humors of that. A lot of like D&D references or World of Warcraft references. A lot of it's just internet nonsense that you're finding. But they all do kind of have a similar trend, a similar theme. But you are getting that the Tremere and the Camarilla at least are one in the same, more or less. As the Lasombras or Sabat, it seems like the Tremere or the Camarilla, another one of those kind of gang entities, it seems.
Okay. So so I guess I'm gonna cross-reference the Sabat and the Camarilla and see what articles come up.
Okay. Oh boy.
Do you want a first
Which one?
roll?
Yeah, just give me one for both. And which one do you want to look up first, Camarilla or Sabat?
Well, I was going to actually cross-reference the two together to see if there's reference is between the two. In other words,
Oh, I see.
what does
you
the
mean.
Sabat mean to the Camarilla? What does the Camarilla mean to the Sabat, kind of thing?
I understand.
So,
They are best friends.
They're best friends.
yeah, they get along stellar. This is more for making sure that my in-game knowledge
Right.
is in-game than anything. So,
Understandable.
what would be the best role for that? Back to research, I'm assuming?
Back to research, yeah.
Okay, so... Here, burp.
Can I help you?
That will be 3 successes, I think. No critical failures to speak of. Close, though.
All right, well, the easy, result that you're going to get is a lot of the fights were the two versus each other. It was one gang entity versus the other. You see a lot of just situations. Nothing that you saw that got national news. Nothing like that. All of it just seems to be just small instances that have just been popped up. What are this weird internet shows? Besides that, you're getting very quickly that the Camarilla seems to be the bigwigs. There's a lot of just jokes and humor that's directed towards them like you would see of the President of the United States.
Lovely. Political humor.
Exactly. In like meme, terrible internet form, yes. And then the Sabat is basically just the punching bag of the internet. It seems like they are just legit nuisances, at least so this internet web thinks. And so yeah, they're just kind of like the butt end of the joke all the time.
Okay. All right. Then I think that was the name Andrew Jackson for the prince?
Kevin.
Kevin Jackson?
Yeah.
Might as well go ahead and learn what this Shreknet knows about the local prince, since that's someone that I'm likely going to have to deal with.
Enjoy that. All right.
Sorry if I'm dominating you with all this wonderful questions my character has. But
No, it's great. I just have to look it up and it tells me what Shreknet has on them. It's not that hard.
okay, so again,
Based
back
on how good
to
you
rolling research again, yeah?
Yes.
That is 3 successes.
Oh, wow. Jeez, okay.
See, I gave the laptop to the right person so I could clean up, pay our bill.
Alright, well, first things first, he is mostly known as, on the internet, as Paladin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And
sure our resident angel will love that.
and he is indeed the Prince of Chicago. Seems like he is an older vampire. With a role like that, you are going to get some Ventru humor, which seems to be another, maybe not gang, but clan, as you've heard before.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And with a 3, you are going to find some references of him having, I guess, like I said, it's all just like memes, but the meme is involving him and the Bloods, the Mortal Gang. Who knows? I guess not, but the Gang of the Bloods in Chicago.
Okay. All right. Well, since I know nothing about the Bloods, maybe they're the next thing I look into.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Let's go down the
Honestly, I
rabbit
think
hole.
you're probably just gonna get a lot of Wikipedia with that one, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Yep.
Critical failure, 2 successes, and a critical success. I think that nets out to about effectively 3 failures. 3 successes.
Well, you'll get a little bit of a background because the first thing that you'll find is, well, they're not really a gang in Chicago. They're a gang in Los Angeles and California.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get some references to that, and I mean they're basically well known for their rivalry with the Crips. You know, they're an older gang. You'll find that they're more specifically around like the 1970s. Though sure they still exist today, but they are long past their prime.
Okay, so the prince that leads Chicago is supposedly part of some Ventrus and has ties back to the Bloods. Okay, which is a gang from LA. Okay. Well then. Let's see, I'm trying to rack my brain. Was there anything else that out on an incredible limb? And this is more my character grasping. 7 cups.
Seven cups?
I'm going to look into the 7 cups.
Like the card
Because
itself. Okay.
the card itself. I mean,
Like,
yeah,
I
I know. I'm
understand.
sorry.
No, I mean that's fine. Oh gosh, you're gonna get probably gonna
A lot of nonsense that's
Junk,
probably
yeah.
not going to mean anything useful. But
alright.
yeah.
So move this out of the way.
Just let me actually Google it.
Honestly, yeah, it's all just they're all gonna have such different opinions, but
So that'll be 2 successes. So
okay. Alright, so yeah, I mean, first things first, you're gonna get like the Wikipedia page. And I mean, it's just gonna mention what it is. It's from the minor arcana of tarot cards. And you'll learn that there are 2 arcanas. There's the major and the minor. Major is like the face cards. You learn that the other one you had, the magician, for example, was a major arcana. The only one you had that was minor was the 7 of cups. I mean, you basically just learn more or less what she told you. You'll find is the correlations. I can do a cross-reference. She told you. Here we go.
sorry.
No, you're fine. I mean, you're going to see a lot of there's a lot of references between memory, childhood. A lot of sites just seem to mention that as well. But I mean, besides that, a lot of them just have their own, like, personal idea of what each... And they go into detail on, like, what the picture of each card means. So, it says that in the Six of Cups, a young boy leans down and passes a cup filled with flowers to a younger girl. The girl looks up to the boy with love and respect as he offers the flowers to her. Love, harmony, and cooperation, all key elements of the Six of Cups.
That was
Shine
a
through
seven.
this.
Isn't it the Seven of Cups?
No, no one had a Seven of Cups. There was a... Rune had the Ten of Swords. You had Six of Cups. And
Okay,
then
I
Lynn
must
had
be-
King of Swords.
I must be misremembering then.
The young children also represent childhood memories. In the background, an older man walks away in the distance, as if to say you no longer need to worry about adult issues. Just enjoy the moment of being young, innocent, and free again. The children also appear to be standing in the courtyard of a large home, symbolizing comfort, safety, and security. In the foreground stands 4 more cups filled with flowers, and a 5th cup sits on a pedestal behind the boy.
Okay. One more thing I'm gonna go and look up. Missing person reports, people that meet my description that would have been filed before the period that I would have been turned. So more than 2 months back.
So wait, what are you looking up?
Missing person
Missing people.
reports for someone
Okay.
that matches my description that had been posted more than 2 months back.
Whew. All right, go ahead and give me your research.
Hey, you know, I'm trying to go ahead and chase down my path.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I get you.
I think I'm boring everyone roll with this. I'm sorry, guys. One critical success,
Just
3
give me an
successes, and 1 critical failure.
My. Whew, that's really good. Alright. Missing people last 2 months. That fits your description. No. No, you don't find really anything that catches. I mean, children, but you definitely, that wouldn't make any sense for you to have been a child just a few months ago, so no, nothing.
Unless there was a time machine.
You know, who knows?
Then I wouldn't have likely been abducted. I would have made excuses for my absence with anyone that would have been important to me so they would not worry. You know, that why I would no longer be in communication. Or I just was that much of a loner.
Oh, maybe.
All right. There's stuff that I learned, but nothing that I think could be incredibly useful immediately. Banishing selfies. I think that would be worthwhile research. The
Before
demon
he does
horse.
that, before he does that, can I research the family that was killed by the Kelpie?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know the area, so you know what to look up.
Just reach over my shoulder. Hey, can you look this up real quick?
Yep, I need to know this stuff.
All right. Well, I guess I could go ahead and try to search that up for her.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a research. This internet's weird. It's
I popped
nonsense.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I wonder who put it together.
Roll well for me, Mel.
That would be 3 successes followed by a critical success. So,
Woo!
Ooh. Heck yeah. So, alright. Well, first thing that you will find, and this is probably going to be a little eerie for you, Lynn, but there's, once again, a lot of this is just it's nonsense in the regard that almost everything is done in like internet humor culture. You're not finding like the usual like articles, though you can find like Wikipedia pretty easily, but most of the rest of the stuff that Google will recommend you does not come up. But you do find a lot of jokes correlated behind werewolves when it comes to this specific family. But besides that, you don't really find any like news coverage about it or anything like that.
These people that you wanted to look up, do they have anything to do with werewolves?
I didn't know it originally.
Could they be a family of werewolves that you just didn't know about?
Maybe.
Okay. Anything else you want me to look up for you?
No, that's good.
Okay. Then I'm going to look up the best way to banish a Kelpie.
I'm actually curious what pops up.
I mean,
Probably not much with that roll. 3 successes with 2 critical failures.
can I try to help it?
I mean, you were doing some crazy research about it. Yeah, go ahead and throw your horse, Animal Ken, and probably a mental for this one. All the research you've done to prepare.
No, don't search
So-
using that topic. Use this topic. Okay, okay, fine.
So that's 4. That's 4. What was the other one? Let's see. The animal can.
You get to add one for your
Mental.
specialty and then mental. Whatever mental is your highest.
Okay, so just 8.
That's pretty good.
All right. Out of that whole thing, only 3 successes.
That's not bad.
Helps bounce out those critical failures that I got.
Yeah,
I got a crit failure too.
Well, banishment in particular doesn't really seem to be, a word that pops up much. But looking up Kelpie, and she's able to help you. She's done some research on it. And Augiski is also what it's known as, a water spirit in particular. It is, mostly related to, like, Scotland, and has relations to Ireland as well. Mostly it's known from, like, past history. It's definitely never been a real thing, right?
Right? Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge,
But
nudge.
you do find with your research together that something you do find interesting is just like, how in Hollywood the thing you're supposed to do against werewolves is like get them with silver. Well, apparently Kelpie also have that same trait.
Not a fan of the silver.
I'm
Apparently
going to the
so.
black market. Give me
Apparently
all
that seems
the
to be
silver
the
you got.
only way that you can kill one is if they are to be shot with the silver bullet.
Okay. Well, I'll try to stab one with my chain then.
Anybody in the market for a silver spike bridle?
Excuse me?
Not like a silver sword.
Well, no. I mean, if a kit for controlling a horse, like a bitten bridle that you put in their mouth. Just get one with silver spikes.
Since we're striking things, I'll give Theo a sticky note of my cards and said, would you mind? And my cards are the Hierophant reversed, Ten of Swords reversed, and the Chariot.
You want me to look up the cards for you?
Yeah, if you would.
Oh, did you use your vampire notes?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Looking up any special meaning in his cards, and I think the gods have decided that I am done researching with that role. Even the games decide to have enough with me. So that's 1 success and 2 critical failures.
The battery
Rude,
runs
are you
out.
gonna try and help him?
How? I don't have any Oh, I have investigation.
Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to work. Does investigation work on search engines?
Well, you're investigating
Well, I mean,
the internet.
I don't think so. I mean, I'll think, because I'm trying to think if that's under research, but I don't.
Can you use persuasion on DM, please?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, they count it towards academics research is what they count it towards, unfortunately. So, no,
Tragic.
not investigation. Tragic. So you're able to find, I mean, once again, it's just more of like the definitely gonna sell your data kind of webs, or just bombard you with advertisement kind of sites where they just give you more or less what you already heard. I mean, for the Hierophant, you're gonna learn that also with every card it being reversed and upfront. It doesn't necessarily mean anything per se. It's just, it translates what that card is trying to send.
Yeah.
So just because you had more uprights or more reversed, it doesn't mean anything. It was just trying to express what the card exactly was trying to convey. But besides that, more or less what she told you of the Hierophant being reversed is about freedom. 10 of Swords being more so about resisting an inevitable end. And the Chariot, you know, representing
Being a badass.
success, control. Exactly.
Yep.
and I probably learned about 6 different places that would like to sell me a tarot deck.
Yeah, exactly.
You buy one.
A lot of like, talk to this psychic now, ask this psychic your questions now, that kind of adds.
Lovely.
Let's buy one of
Yeah.
these decks. Let's go to Shekazon, wherever they call it.
Check is on.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes. And I'm sure our order will be delivered via Shrek drone.
Exactly.
Ooh.
As the drone flies in, you go ahead and start hearing Smash Mouth playing in the distance.
Wouldn't it be Donkey Drone, though? Okay.
Oh, a donkey drone.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like
Maybe
that
his
would be
little kid's
even
phone.
more annoying than your standard drone? Something about making waffles comes to mind. Yeah, so with that bad result being that bad, I think that I will close the laptop for the night. As
You're like, this internet is ridiculous.
this internet is ridiculous. I found out a little bit of information. Was any of it really useful? Maybe not. But one thing that we learned is some sort of silver armaments would probably be very smart for the group to get our hands on. Whatever tools those might be.
Hey, not bad.
Well, if we have to, we can always melt down my chain into bullets. Oh, I'd rather keep it intact for now.
Yeah. With that, I'm assuming tidying up our sleeping areas, and resting for the night.
I mean, imagine like you're gonna walk up, probably be like, oh, like hand them the trash in their little area with their little bag.
I'm basically gonna use the next 2 hours to clean.
It's really not that bad. I mean, sure, a lot of it, what you can do right now, it's not too bad. But this place
Is there
way
a
more
garbage
love and care.
dumpster or anything?
I mean, he does have some trash cans that's like behind where his chain link gate, where he went off to his side, is.
Well, then I'll go ahead and pick up the bags and put them in the trash bins.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a bin that's knocked over there behind that pillar.
Yeah. I just take the bags that she's already put stuff into and put them in the containers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the heaviest lifting I got.
Yeah, there you
The
go.
only other thing I did was move a bunch of fucking things to build a little wall. It's kind of tidy.
First disciple talk.
Hey, leave me alone.
As Lynn starts to kind of bed down, she is gonna look for like a pad of paper and some pencils.
Pad of paper. You're not gonna find here, but you are gonna find just like loose
Unless-
scraps of.
Right. Just some paper here and there. That's what I want.
That's fair. I mean, you might see Rune pull out his pad when he was doing his research questions,
Nah,
but
I'm not gonna take that. That's his
Might
special
find-
notes.
You might
Oh, yeah?
find
Oh,
some
joke's on
like
you. I have
loose, some partially torn up newsprint or something like that as paper.
that's just gonna be just a few scraps of just
Right.
trash. But yeah,
She'll take some of that with a pencil and just start sketching a bit.
what do you want to draw?
One of her dearest dogs that
Oh.
died recently.
Oh no!
His name was Barney.
Oh
Oh
no!
no!
Was the other one named Clifford?
No, I'm not naming him Clifford because that's too close to my own dog.
No.
Oh no! There was a landmine there, Crowley. I think you just stepped on it. That being said, I will let the lovely good Dr. Amala Shamash know that apparently that the prince is also known as the paladin.
Oh.
Whether or not an angel would be interested in that information, I do not know.
I tell you, I have to do more research. That's very interesting. Thank you, young man.
Thank you for the use of the laptop, as I will then return the laptop to her for lending it to me.
Oh, that is
I
a
might-
roll straight down the middle.
Oh.
I was rolling to see how well her drawing came out. There are 2 nat 1s, a 9, and then a 10.
I'm assuming that a little emotion came into that drawing and may have not made it come out as clear as
Apparently.
you wanted it.
Apparently.
Just started
Yeah,
crying in the
Apparently.
picture. Yeah.
Just started weeping. Oh, Cliffy! He
Ooh.
came into the room.
Well, finished cleaning to the best of my abilities, and yeah, I guess I'm gonna use the laptop to do some basic research real quick before I go to bed.
Like
Gonna-
what?
I'm gonna see if I can find up anything about this good old prince, this paladin prince. It seems interesting.
Do you have technology or research? Or academics research?
I do have academics research
No technology?
and technology.
Which one's better?
Academic research.
Do that one.
All right. So 7.
Jesus.
Or for Jesus.
Taylor, calm down.
How do you
There-
do that?
There's only one guy that isn't a success.
He knows where the prince lives.
I found his home address. Huh.
Thank you, ShrekNet.
Oh, and here's his blood type.
Oh, and
his
here's
blood
his one vital
preference.
weakness.
Yeah, so 6
Bananas.
on the crit is what I rolled.
Alright, give me a second.
And seems to be fond of redheads.
What about red beards?
Wait.
I used the right keyword. It was the paladin stuff.
Yeah.
As an angel, it just it
It
did
struck
its
me.
job. It struck me. See, I don't need rigged dice. I can just roll really good randomly.
Yeah, hold on. My goodness gracious.
I'm sure that there's probably some alarm going around off somewhere on the ShrekNet that someone that's in charge of keeping the prince's data secure is being triggered right now.
Oh, I found his email.
Oh God,
Oh,
yeah.
He
has
has
to
a
go golfing.
Facebook
Right.
profile. How silly is that?
He accepted my friend request.
He only kills people on every other Thursday. Oh, what good news!
He seems to be a regular at this club. Funny, why did he join that friend group on Facebook?
Coincidentally, the
Okay.
same club that our human friend's been trying to get into.
Oh,
Okay. So it is still gonna be ridiculous, you know, internet jumble. I mean, a lot of it just looks like advertisement links and like, oh, watch this free movie now and that kind of thing. It's just so terrible.
Mhm.
But you are going to find, so
I click all the right things for some reason.
I don't know. Sure. Well, I mean, you're a doctor. You've probably done internet research before, so, you know.
And
Somehow.
that's why the academics was so high.
Yeah. But you're able to find that, yes, so looking up also with Paladin, maybe that helps, who knows. But you're going to find a lot more links and a lot more humor behind. It seems like his name is very rarely used. You're going to find a lot more connections with him being called Paladin. And you are going to find one person that I guess he has relations to based on a few of this this tunnel of nonsense of just jokes and humor you're going to find yourself. But there is, I guess, someone who is his, like, next-hand man or something of the similar sense. Vice president, mind you, called the Sheriff. And what the big humor that you're finding is that apparently the Sheriff is part of a really popular band called Baby Chorus. So a lot of this internet finds a lot of humor in that.
Baby chorus?
Yeah, it's like a really popular punk band. He
I
is the
mean-
vocalist.
Okay.
I mean,
He's the voice behind the baby.
you know I have to look up baby chorus now, right?
I understand. Go ahead. I'll pull up what it knows.
All of a sudden, we go ahead and
We're gonna attempt to join the band.
no. We go ahead and find, like, you know, we're gonna be meeting the prince, and
I mean, I can play the
Amala
guitar.
Samash is pulling a scene from Say Anything. He's holding up a boombox playing
Ugh.
some music from Baby Chorus.
That's another good one. That's 4 and a crit. My goodness.
Jesus.
Ow!
You okay, E.T.?
Whose nails are sharp? I need to get them trimmed.
Alright. Oh gosh. That's actually pretty good too, but so, I mean, you're gonna find just the Wikipedia page that their whole thing is they're a punk band with blues characteristics, and they are centered around Chicago.
I'm sorry, said he was the vocalist?
He's the vocalist, yes.
Making notes.
There are 2 others. There is the lead guitarist, which is a woman named Kathy Glens. He's writing it down, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright.
He, the sheriff, his name is Damien. I can give you his last name too, since it would be out there. Or maybe not. Wow, did he get it? Jeez.
I'm doing some good research, boss.
That's fair. It just is Damien. That's all it has. The third member of the band, he is the bassist, is named Even Klein.
Alright.
And you are going to find in some kind of humor is there used to be 2 other band members. But there's a lot of humor between those 2 band members and a connection with werewolves again.
Alright, well. Guess I'll do some quick werewolf research.
Werewolf research.
Yeah, werewolf research.
You're just gonna search the word werewolf.
I'm gonna put like the band and werewolf.
Perhaps seeing
Okay.
werewolves in relation to baby chorus.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna find an answer that's quite the howl.
Oh God. See, now this is where it gets difficult. Apparently, according to the dice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he rolled 1, 2, 3 with a crit, and then 2 fails.
Ooh.
Not terrible, but definitely
Could be
getting
worse.
harder. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're just gonna learn that, you know, werewolves are shapeshifters. They can go from human to wolf. They have connections with the moon. Obviously, silver is like the big thing to go against them. What you will find is a lot of jokes between comparing a group of people to werewolves. You're able to gather that this group of people are called gangrel. Seems like there's a lot of jokes and like, what's the difference? Or like, spot the difference kind of thing. And it shows the two. It's kind of like just bad internet humor. Besides that, really the only other thing you're gonna see is a lot of jokes correlating, I guess, with werewolves or whatever to a word called Gehenna. But that's about it.
Go look at the word Gehenna. That seems interesting.
Dice code air? What?
Oh,
I mean, it still shows
You
the roll.
broke the dice roller.
you did so good. You broke it.
Right.
So 1, 2,
3. Yeah. Okay.
and then on 1. Gehenna.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
was
really
all
all
in
you're
this
able to
box
pick
here.
up from is it seems like it is the internet lingo word for, like, end times.
End of the world.
That really, yeah, it seems to be like an internet
The
meme of that.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
When God and the angels come down and smote the shit out of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different interpretations of the end of the world, but
Yeah,
sure.
it definitely sounds like a topic for a punk band to cover. You know, end of the world stuff.
Perfect. I'll download one of their albums.
You're gonna listen to their music as you go to bed?
Why not?
Man, I wish there actually were samples that I could play, but there isn't, unfortunately.
And even if there were, I mean, the risk
be
of
probably
the copyright.
yep.
Yeah.
But as you all settled in for the night, you're gonna hear the doctor listening to some punk music. Interesting, but it does have a little bit of like a twist of the blues to it, though. I mean, at least they're trying to do something unique. But you each find your spots after you've cleaned it up a little bit. It's not really the comfiest, but you know what? You are in the sewers, at least it doesn't smell like sewers. It's just musky. Could definitely use an open airway. Is there anything else that you would like to do before you all rest for the night?
Use my sleeping bag.
You're gonna use your sun bag?
Yeah.
Don't want to keep it in the box.
Nah.
I'm not putting it back in there for you.
I guess the only thing that I could think of Theo trying to do is just sit there, maybe meditate and get in touch with that inner shadow that he's ended up communicating once or twice. I don't know what you'd want me to roll for that, if anything.
Yeah, you know what? I'll see what you got. Otherwise, usually it's probably gonna be a willpower, but let me see.
Roll that willpower.
Yeah, just roll me a willpower.
Alright, so that'd be 5 dice then. Two successes.
Okay. Start to get a little tired as you rest up and focus on, I mean, it just seems to always be there. Sometimes you can even feel like something's watching. And there's plenty of areas of shadows. Fluorescent lights only light up so much. Even just the slightest pillar feels like behind there it watches. You focus. As you feel once again that weight, almost like a blanket that encompasses you. It's not necessarily warm, but it does have a sense of pressure that it brings that is comforting. You feel as if something is aware, but not much else besides that. And you find yourself, it gets to the point where it's hard to stay awake. If you want, you can let the sleep take you, or you can keep trying to, I don't know, I guess, feel out whatever this presence is.
Maybe not pressure it, but kind of reach out to it as I drift off to sleep.
Okay,
Basically, like an open offer for it to communicate with me if it wants to, but not forcing the issue. It's more of an invitation than anything.
Okay, I understand. Anyone else wanted to do anything before they get to rest?
Yeah, I'll just fall asleep with my arm underneath my vest, hold my
I
pistola.
usually sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I like
God.
it.
Now that song's in my head. Thanks, E.T.
Alright, are you good, Doctor? Anything else you want to do before you sleep?
Nah, I'm done.
Okay. E.T., anything you wanted to do before you sleep?
She fell asleep crying over that drawing.
Oh. Alright. Well, Theo, you give out that offering as sleep takes you. And everything gets dark.
Rerolling characters.
Yeah, exactly. As there is a soft, almost completely unnoticeable. There is a whisper licking within the confines of your mind. Are you lost? Cloaked in impenetrable shadow, you move forward. But you can't feel your arms, your legs, your body, though you still feel as if you move forward. There is a whisper. At this point, this all seems familiar.
Mm-hmm.
You should not be here. This familiar sensation. There is really no concept of what lies around you. But there is some movement. It's like a shadow that darts within this vacuum, across from you, around you, within you. And you feel your mind twist with each word, familiar words. Childer of the conformist, imposed to seek the road of bones. Your focus is uncontrolled, yet all of it is pulled towards this void within the darkness. It is ever stretching, ever expanding, 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 surrounding you and consuming you. It is suffocating without breath, It is piercing, without flesh. And once again, this familiar sensation of just nothing there but the gates of hell. Like a giant maw, it opens. As you hear 3 words you have heard before. Get me out.